Don't you hate it when you accidentally say something so embarrassing you figuratively put your foot in your mouth? Well, some people can put their actual fists in their mouth, and they do this on purpose. Others can perform impossible physical feats and crazy mental flips without blinking an eye. Join the Hub and find out if you have any of these secret talents. Here are 10 ways to determine if you are unique or not. And while we're at it, perform that most unique of talents we all possess, the ability to click. Hit that subscribe button to discover more hidden skills about yourself and others. Can you hit the high notes? You don't have to be born with the voice of an angel to train your pipes. Unless you have the screech of a seagull, it's possible to become a decent singer as long as you practice and take care of your vocal cords. You'll have a better chance for success if you start training at a young age and learn to recognize the correct pitch. And you'll definitely have potential if you can sing along to a Mariah Carey song without cracking. Carey's voice can hit 5 octaves, starting at F2 and ending at G7, beating out Christina Aguilera to be the most wide-ranging note hitter of all pop singers today. Although she has a lower speaking voice, Carey says that she uses nodules on her vocal cords to manipulate the sound coming out of her mouth in order to reach those incredible tonal peaks. That said, if you're looking for a vocal idol, you may want to head to South America. There, Brazilian star Georgia Brown has the ability to comfortably emote in 8 different octaves. Georgia's talents allows her to have the same register as dolphins, and her highest notes reach the same frequency that's made by electric currents. If you can compete with the yelps of dolphins, then you're definitely unique. Can you solve a Rubik's Cube? If you prefer to stretch your mental dexterity to its limits, you've probably spent time playing brain games, solving puzzles, and the like. But do you have the fastest Rubik's Cube hand in the West? For most people, the Rubik's Cube is just an easy way to pass time in a waiting room or the best way for parents to distract their kids on long car rides before cell phones and tablets existed. But Kentucky-born Lucas Etter could bring Rubik's Cubes back in style. And why not? It's basically the original fidget spinner. Only this object requires a little more brain power. With Lucas's abilities, he seems to have cracked Rubik's secret code, and he does so in less than 5 seconds time, by creating a 3x3x3 match on each of the box's sides within 4.904 seconds. Lucas was added to the Guinness Book of World Records. The World Cube Association, which measures cube achievements like Lucas's, previously awarded him the world record title on a smaller 2x2x2 Rubik's Cube. He completed that in 1.51 seconds. If you think you can do better, start turning those cubes. Can you live long and prosper? Maybe your uniqueness comes through your ability to make others feel welcome. If that's the case, you can't go wrong with offering friends and neighbors a Vulcan Salute from time to time. As an old Hebrew gesture of religious significance, Leonard Nimoy remembered it from his youth and used it to give his character Spock an interesting salutation. The gesture stuck. While Nimoy was able to make Spock's classic Star Trek signal look effortless, not everyone has the ability to make their fingers into that V shape. While the phrase "live long and prosper" can roll off anyone's tongue, some people aren't blessed with the finger flexibility on both hands, and others can't muster the strength to do it on one hand without a rough pinky sticking out to the side. It sounds blasphemous, but even the original Captain Kirk, William Shatner, can't get his fingers to part on command. If you want to truly test your fingers' dexterity, put your hands together, fold your middle fingers over each other, and try to move your 2 ring fingers apart. If you can pull them separate, you must be double jointed. Otherwise, they're stuck together. Even Leonard Nimoy couldn't move them. Can you sneeze with your eyes open? Unless your face is stuck in a constant state of surprise, it's rare to find someone who can sneeze with their eyes open. We're not sure you'd want to anyway, considering the rumor that if you sneeze too hard, your eyes may pop out. Rest easy though, because while sneezes can shoot out of your nose at up to 200 miles per hour, your eyeballs will stay secure. And although eyelids are generally prone to shut during a sneezing event thanks to our natural reflexes, there's always a chance that a rare few people are able to keep their peepers wide open. The cranial nerves connecting the eyelids and the nose to the brain tend to cause a blink whenever someone goes achoo! But some people might have a unique nerve set that makes them less susceptible to wincing and flinching. Another natural eye skill is voluntary nystagmus, which means that a person can make their pupils flutter or vibrate in place. It's basically what happens when you look out a car's passenger side window and watch the trees or buildings flying past. 8% of the population can do this on command, and it's a great party trick, especially if you want to threaten your friends that you'll use your psychic powers if they don't pass the bowl of chips. Can you raise your eyebrows? When Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was a rising star wrestler, he was known for his eyebrow prowess. Raising one up high on his forehead, he'd ask if you could smell what he was cooking. A meal which usually ended in a finishing move known as the rock bottom. Most people don't have the forehead dexterity to move one eyebrow, let alone alternate between the two. But with some practice, this is actually a facial tic that you can learn. First, place a finger on the eyebrow of your choice and use it to raise the brow. In the event the opposing eyebrow moves up too, hold it down with your other hand. Think about the facial muscles used when your finger lifts the eyebrow up. Then remove your finger and try to activate those muscles on your own, holding down the other eyebrow so it doesn't move with it. Practicing in front of a mirror for 5 minutes at a time should send you on your way to making the face you've always wanted to make when either judging others or posing for selfies. After about a month's time, you should be an eyebrow-raising master. Can you show off your coordination? Some people are just more coordinated than others, and we're not talking about athletes with the ability to make crazy plays and run long distances. We mean those who can move their body without their mind getting in the way. To test the power of your brain over your body, let's try a few activities. First, extend the pointer fingers on both hands and draw imaginary circles in opposite directions. If you can complete a rotation on each hand at the same time, you can probably handle the next one. Now rub your stomach and pat your head at the same time. That's definitely possible if you don't think too hard. For more of a challenge, try rotating your right foot clockwise. As your foot moves, draw an imaginary 6 in the air with your pointer finger. Against your will, your foot will start moving counterclockwise, and you're stuck moving in that direction as long as you draw the 6. This is all rooted in the relationship between your right and left brains. Your right arm and leg are controlled by the left side of your brain, and that same left brain also drives your rhythm abilities. Sometimes, in order to accomplish a challenge, you want to get your brain out of your own way. Can you talk with your mouth full? Fist mouth is a skill that only a small percentage of humanity can do. Sure, people might bite their own fist in time of distress or worry, at least that's what they seem to do in old movies, but some men and women are born with wide enough palates and open enough mouths to comfortably accommodate their own fists, even though this talent usually doesn't serve anything other than to say, "Watch me put my fist in my mouth." Certain record holders take this to a whole new level though. Dinesh Upadhyay, a science teacher in India, is nicknamed Maximouth for the amount of objects he can fit in there. As a holder of 48 different records, he's fit 12 lit candles, 5 golf balls, 79 grapes, 92 pencils, and 1001 straws. After watching a record holder in America stuff 70 pencils in his gullet, Dinesh thought he could beat that achievement and carve out some record-breaking fame for himself. Through regular stretches and exercises, he's been able to develop his all-consuming powers. After committing to a training routine in 2010, he spent the next 5 years working out his facial muscles, starting at a capacity of 50 pencils and then adding 42 more to his total. With practice, you too could become a master. Can you talk with your mouth closed? Certain individuals show off their talents with their mouths fully closed. A pop star like Jessie J, however, can use her highly trained voice and her superb diction to make her consonants through the contact of her tongue to her teeth. She can make the sound reverberate through her lips and cheeks and use her nose as an amplifier. Everything's a bit muffled, but we're willing to bet most people can't get the same mileage singing through their own mouths. It's like a ventriloquist act without the dummy. Speaking of ventriloquists, they also have a crazy skill set that's developed over years of practice. While their jaws and lips must remain still, they keep their mouths open ever so slightly in order to project, hit vowels, and accentuate certain consonants like B and P. Oftentimes, ventriloquists will cheat, substituting B's for D's, making words like boy into doy. But usually the changes are so slight that no one notices. Not many people can successfully bring a dummy to life, on stage at least, so it takes a certain amount of training and tricks to make a wooden doll into a speaking character. Can you speed talk? Living in New York, or any big city for that matter, comes with its pros and cons. The lifestyle can be incredibly busy, and the people caught up in this hustle and bustle tend to be faster talkers than those from the suburbs or the country. Talking clearly and succinctly can allow you to get jobs done much faster than the average person. But if you're good enough, you could get a job that relies exclusively on your swift speaking style. John Machida Jr., for example, found a lot of commercial work thanks to his lightning-fast word spinning. Nicknamed Motormouth, Machida claimed the Guinness World Record for speed talking, spitting out words at 5 times faster than your average talker, at an astounding 583 per minute. Working prolifically through the 1980s, he voiced a Transformers cartoon character, appeared in the flesh in a Micro Machines commercial, and performed voiceovers on FedEx and Burger King ads. When his brain was analyzed by Bell Laboratories, they found his skills were due to a minor abnormality. After normal people speak at an accelerated rate, the chemistry controlling their manners of speech start to short circuit and trip them up until they return to a normal rhythm. For Machida, his brain never stopped him, and he could blabber full speed totally unchecked. Can you speed read? For as fast as John Machida can speak, the human brain can comprehend the written word much quicker. With an average reading time of a page per minute, Most people could get through a book like Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows in just under half a day. Anne Jones, a noted speed reader, consumed it from cover to cover within 47 minutes. Where we might read at 300 words per minute, she devoured the prose at 4,251 for every 60 seconds. To prove she kept this insane pace while comprehending each and every word, she posted a detailed review of the novel immediately following completion. Other noted speed readers include the original Rain Man himself, Kim Peek, the two Roosevelts, Teddy and FDR, and John F. Kennedy. Jack Kennedy and his brother Robert actually took classes together so they could complete at least 2 to 3 books per day. That willingness to better themselves, study various philosophies, and stay up to date on the latest popular fiction certainly allowed JFK to be voted into presidency and stay at the top of his mental game while he was in office. Whether you need classes or not, speed reading is a useful skill for anybody looking to get ahead, as long as you understand what you're speeding through. Thanks for watching these 10 ways to determine if you are unique or not. We'll see you next time with another one-of-a-kind video on The Hub.